Bridging the gap. Naomi Banks, the goddess. Tune in. Hey yo, Black, where we at? Elements. Got a problem? What's the issue? Ask Naomi for advice, she will bless you. Is it sex, love, or relationships? If your spirits are down, you can get a daily uplift. Just listen every word that she speaks. Setting trends with hashtags for every day of the week. Hashtag motivational Mondays, testimonial Tuesdays. I've been listening for the last 2 days. Wet Willie or Wisdom Wednesdays. Either way, the conversation gon' be lengthy. It's not hearsay. This is her way. You know she'll keep you thirst trapping on a Thursday. 4 days down, I'll talk about the number 5 day. Never coy, she always keeps it freaky on Fridays. Spiritual on Saturdays with sessions in the morning. Still uplifting and inspiring you all in. Being the goddess that she is, she keeps you all in. Formed on soul searching Sundays, just call in. If you misinformed, come get the facts. Fortunate for you, she's looking to bridge the gap. Yes, she was a porn star, but she's more than that. She's a certified specialist teaching us how to act. By the end of the show, we'll agree to disagree, but be good to each other and ourselves and keep it sexy. Yeah. Tune in every week to Ask Naomi. Bridging the gap with Naomi Banks and Dog Pound Mike. Don't miss it. Tune in.
All right. It's your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more by bridging the gap between them all and teaching the world on sex, language, attitude, and spiritual uplifting. I want to say what's up to all of my BTG crew folks out there. How y'all doing, my sexy people? And I want to shout out to my boy, Dog Pound Mike. What's going on, baby?
What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on? And let me do a special shout. I want a special shout out to my boys, the Elements. Because you know what? Because they always give me some bomb-ass theme songs. And even though some people might not like it, we like it, don't we?
That's all it's about.
We like it. It's an introduction to some stuff. But you know what? So today's topic, we're kind of taking it a little easy. Well, at least I think we are. I don't quite know how this is going to go, but this is Hot Topic. I want to know what's going up, what's going on, what's up. You know, there's a lot of things that have been going on the internet. Sukihana, the rapper, some stuff going on with her. I want to talk about Anita Baker, who was one of my favorite singers, something going on with her. You know, we're not being messy today. We just want to have authentic conversations. We want to hear from the BTG crew and everybody else there. We're going to be opening up the lines much, much early today. Well, you guys can call in and ask some questions and stuff like that. We're going to take it a little easy because guess what, y'all? I think I told y'all before, but I just want to remind y'all, I'm on vacation next week. You know, this is summer months. We're going to be here all during the summer, but we're taking, a week off of vacation because I need to, woosah, right?
I hear you.
I need to woosah. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to talk about what's going on with this hot topics out here, all right? All right, it's your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks, and we'll be right back.
Hey, my sexy people, it's your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks. And I finally did it. I've written my first book. Well, actually, it's a living journal. It's called Good Morning, My Sexy People, where I share my stories in different posts, but help a healing workbook for you. So it's 90 days to kick off your healing living journey. Pre-purchase now. Go to asknaomi.com and hit shop. Listen. Hey, my sexy people, this is your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks, and I just wanted to talk about something a little serious real quick. Right now in this world, sex trafficking is at an all-time high, and I want you ladies to be especially aware when you are out and pay attention to certain things. Now, there's a list of things right here that is going around social media, and I just wanted to pay special attention to it and just share it with you. So as I always say, always keep it sexy, but always be safe.
Hey, it's your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks, and welcome back to Ask Naomi. at Bridging the Gap Podcast. What's going on, Dr. Mike?
All good, all good.
All right, again, I want to say what's going on, my BTG crew. Tonight, we're going to have a little fun. It's a little different. We're going to be opening up the lines a lot earlier now. So when I call out that number, y'all better call me. And better nobody be afraid to call in because I want to hear what y'all's talking about or what y'all saying or what y'all statements or what y'all think about some of these topics that we're going to talk about today. We ain't getting messy. We just really talking about what's happening right now. So I don't know if you guys have been watching on social media. I guess a couple of days ago, Sukihana. She's a rapper and she's very high strung sexual with her lyrics. I think that's something that now that a lot of the female rappers are owning their sexuality, they're putting it out there and all that stuff. But anyway, she was at this conference. A comedian covers the conference, and it was Little Duval that was there. They was all sitting on a panel. What's his name? Funny Marco and a few other people. Well, there was a rapper by the name of Ykai Orissa, however you pronounce his name. Yeah, you have to forgive me, but he and I couldn't post the video up here. It was just I couldn't post the video, and why I couldn't post the video up here because I just didn't want to get flagged or anything or saying that I stole any content.
Right.
For one thing, no, I don't want to do that. But in the video, you see him that he first of all he's like massaging her shoulders, and they having conversations, and then all of a sudden he grabs her face and he tries to go to kiss her, and she like no 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 no, and it comes a little bit aggressive. Then from there, she's saying no. She's telling him no, and she goes to say help, like asks the friends to help, and then she has like a smile or a laugh or something, but it does, and I'm not gonna lie, it does look uncomfortable. And why I can say that because I've been in those situations before that you do have an uncomfortable feeling when you in a situation like that. And I'm just saying because people say, well, she was laughing, you know. And I'm gonna say this too. Being in the sex industry, being in, especially if her content is of that, sometimes there is a persona that you have to carry, especially because you're selling your brand, and her brand is speaking openly about her sexuality and sexual things that she do in her bedroom. You understand what I'm saying? I can't say the way that she goes about it is right or wrong. That's her thing. Some things that she do might not be for everybody, but the whole thing is that was that warrant on his part to go in without consent?
Right.
Did she take it? Did she make a big deal out of it? And it really wasn't her at first, but we don't really know that. But the because it was on live, everybody saw it live, and from that process of them seeing it live, they kind of just went. Ugh. They went at it and they spoke about it, what they saw on there, and then she came back with different statements. Of one is that she was afraid to speak up, because I mean this is a man's world. Let's be honest, and especially when it comes into the entertainment business, men do run it. Um, and she was afraid to speak. That's what she said. Um, but I want to know what you guys, take on it. I can keep talking about it over, but I want to ask you, Dr. Mike. You watch it. I sent you the video, and I want you to watch it coming from a man's point of view because this is a statement that a lot of people say. Because she makes this type of music in the way that she dressed and in her interviews, that she welcomed that. Like this is something that she should already know that's going to be happening, so she shouldn't be tripping, basically.
Mm. That's crazy because when they say she makes this kind of music talking about sexual things and that nature that keep her make for people to do disrespectful things, and no, it doesn't, because really people and women have been making this kind of music forever. If you go back to somebody like Cher, her dress, her songs, very kind of Madonna, the same way. But that doesn't give anybody the right to just, take advantage of them. So from what I saw in the video, she was very uncomfortable, but she kept it cool. Because in that situation, she probably feel like this is my business as well. I can't go off on this because it's so many eyes on me, and that might be a thing where she can get dropped from a label, she can lose some shows or things like that. So she kept it real cool, like. But then she has a right after that situation over to make the statement. I felt uncomfortable. I didn't feel good about this, and make her statement, which she did.
Right.
But no, it's wrong for any man, or even in this word, females could do the same on females. But anybody to approach anybody in that way, that's not cool. Not cool at all.
Right. So there's another video that's going out, and I guess everybody they were sending old videos of her out. One particularly that she did with Candy Coated Nights. And then if anybody ever watched Candy Coated Nights, she talks about sex and relationships. That's what they talk about on there. And Sukihana, her brand is selling sex in the form of she's being very vulgar and when I say vulgar, that means really raw and uncut with the description of what she wants or what she does inside of her bedroom.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like on the same thing as you have the studio gangster rappers,
Right.
So it's kind of sort of on that take of it. But they said that because of the way that her lyrics are and the way that she dressed, that this is something that she put the energy that she put out there, that's the energy that she will get back.
Wow. Some, and I ask you for being in, have everybody forgot what entertainment is? This is entertainment. You can entertain in that way, sexual, and have these songs with these lyrics, but that can be totally the different person that you are.
Right.
You that's doing that that's your career, that's your entertainment. But I guess when people talk about sex, they figure, well, if you sing a song about sex, then you want it, or you sing about doing this, you want it done to you. No, that's not the way. Just like you look at somebody in a movie who always get a role where they the bad guy, they the killer, and you meet that person, that's the farthest from the truth who they are. So I think people got to respect the fact that these people are entertainers.
Right.
And she's doing what she need to eat. And what you said about the video, somebody just put something. I seen many videos where women have done worse to Suki. Someone need to put out some of these clips.
Right. Okay. So let me say this. And y'all gonna be like, for real, Naomi?
Bring it on.
And I'm just being, for me, this is what my feelings is on that. I myself is not threatened by a woman coming to me on like that on a sexual. That's not intimidating for me. If I was in that situation in that course of that, I probably would have hit him or choked him. My whole thing is always going for the neck in that situation because I told you to stop. But that's me. Sometimes you can be in an uncomfortable situation and it's a different power. And I understand what you're saying is that there are women that does that to other women, but they're a little bit more comfortable with them. And that's just to be honest. I'm not being double standard. But there is another video that is going out that she's doing a music video and she's twerking on a 10-year-old. That I don't agree with that as well. That is so out of pocket to me. Y'all should have checked her then as well.
Right. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know what that situation was. I don't know why that parent even allowed that baby to be on that set with those words in that, in that vicinity. Because the name of the video was Eat That ASS. You understand what I'm saying? So why would the parent have that baby on set?
Right.
With that song.
Yeah, I know about that one.
Yes. I mean, it's so much around there, but do we still ignore that she felt uncomfortable and that she has the right to feel uncomfortable, that she has the right to say, look, I don't want that to happen to me just because I speak on ABCD, that you still are allowed to come invade my space without my consent.
Yeah, I think they got to keep it is right and wrong is wrong.
Right.
And her twerking on a 10-year-old boy is wrong. I mean, some people can even put that as some kind of child pornography thing. And but the guy trying to kiss her and come up on her like that is wrong as well. So the thing is, we got to state the facts that things that are wrong to do to people are wrong to do to people, no matter who it is and no matter what's the situation.
Right.
you know. But you can't take away her right for some of the things that she done said, you know. But that's what happens in society sometimes. Some people do things that other people deem as wrong, so they make a judgment to try to take their rights away and think anything can be done to that person.
Right. You know what I think that a lot of times that um the country has become, the world has become so desensitized with, because we are a very sexual driven um world.
Yes.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so people don't understand, the attitude or the language or how to be sexual. You understand what I'm saying? So in that case, people don't know what the boundaries is, because can we be honest? Women, all women were on the lowest of the totem pole. Men weren't trying to listen or hear nothing about woman anything, because we were of their property. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
We was of their property. And so when women starting to be, free and, own their stuff and do the things that they do, now it's really open season for some of those things. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I don't want to get down, because maybe he did misread. I can't never say did he misread it. I don't know them. I don't know the little boy personally.
Right.
I don't know him to say that, but I saw the aggressiveness in it. I saw the uncomfortableness in her doing that, in her smiling and her feeling that way. And at that moment, I was able to relate to her in that. What I do hate is the victim blaming. That I don't like. Because at that moment she could have felt that way. For the young man, he could have been doing it just to get cool points for his, his peers around him.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So the whole situation was just all out of whack. It was just unfortunate of those comments that were on there. And I was like, wow, this is really something that I really want to hear, what, my BTG crew has to say and what their thoughts of it, and what you thought about Dog Pound Mike, because I was coming in more, a little bit like, well, I am a sex worker. I was in the industry, and I kind of understand that sometimes you have to kind of accept things and let things kind of fall by the wayside, because this is the way that you present yourself in, in your artistry that you do.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I remember at a time when I used to always love to dress, with little to no clothes on, because I just love my body, tall, skinny, long legs, nice little shape, whatever. And people used to always say, you ain't scared of nobody, try to rape you. Like, why would somebody try to rape me because the clothes that I have on? That don't give you permission to do that.
No.
It don't. But some people feel that, and that if what you wear out there or what energy you put out there, that's what it is. And it's like, no, it's not.
Not at all.
No, it's not. No, it's not. All right, do me a favor. Go to some of these comments here.
Okay. And we're gonna start off with.
All right, hey, the hate, it is a sign of envy. All right, so you said it's no different than gangster rappers. Getting their gangster tested is the energy you put out, but wrong is wrong. You know what? I do. I understand exactly what you mean, what you're saying on that, because actually it's been a lot of a rapper, especially in the past few years, that kind of speak the try to speak the street language, try to be out there, and when they're being tested, some of them have not been able to, not still alive. And so, but is it right though? You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. Not at all.
It's like, and think about it. It's like, you as a human being, why would you go just because somebody talking about A, B, C, and D? Why would you go test them? What's on your mind? What's in your spirit? What's in your, that you want to go test somebody because they telling a story, whatever, if it's their story or somebody else's story, but does it have to affect you?
Oh.
So why, you understand what I'm saying in that?
Totally understandable.
Y'all understand what I'm saying in that? So why would that make you go test somebody because this is the story that they tell? Because remember, rappers are storytellers. Remember that.
Yeah, but just what you had mentioned before about this society, about this world. This world is different. This world is, do take that to heart, that whole situation. Like you just said, if they see a woman dressing this sexy and doing songs that sex and doing this thing, they looked at them in a different view of light,
Right.
which is very wrong to do, but it's done.
Right.
And it's done with everybody in almost every profession in a sense. Even women walking down the street, going to work, it don't make a difference what they do. They could be a lawyer and looking very sexy. It'll give, some men say, oh, she's looking provocative. She looking this or that. No, she looking like who she is. She's herself.
Right. That's true. There was probably about a half a year ago, probably about 6 or 7 months ago, there was a teacher. There was a teacher. She was an elementary teacher, and her body was banging.
I saw that.
Body was banging. And the clothes that she wore clothes that were fitting. I mean, they fit her curves, and they thought that it was I mean, she couldn't help her body.
But something.
She had a small waist, and
dog pound gonna be dog pound. I wouldn't learn shit in 5th grade. She came to school like that.
See?
I would have got past a damn history exam, a damn math. I'd be walking around 5 + 5 is 55. Look at that ass.
See, that's the problem. Seriously, that is the problem. That's really the problem right there. All right, so we're gonna open up the lines, and then we come back from the break. We're gonna take some calls. Give us a call at 626-605-2756. I want to know what y'all thinking. That's 626-605. That's Ask Naomi. It's your girl D Goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. We'll be right back.
I have not met my match. I always think I do because I'm, he cute. But when I go soulfully, a lot of men are not in tune with who they are on a deeper level. And so it's hard. I need me like a magic man here. That's why I moved to Vegas. I moved to Vegas to hope to find someone with a higher vibration and that they can live in duality. They have a good side and a dark side. Because in my meditations and in some of my shamanic past life regressions, I've been shown that why I didn't have children yet, and then I have children coming. They're just waiting for the right partner.
Ask Naomi, Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationship, cultural differences.
It's actually great because, towards the end, I was like, man, I really just want my body to myself. Because I felt like my body belonged to Manuel, to Marcus, to Julius, So it's like I felt like I wanted my body to myself for a while. And it's pretty great,
Ask Naomi, Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationship, culture.
I would tell girls that to save money, because I was horrible, to save your money, because you don't know how you're going to feel 10 years from now. You don't know if you still going to be on camera. And then a lot of girls don't mean to try to find some other niches or get educated and other things that's not porn related. That way you can use that money that you made from porn and maybe open up a lingerie shop or a dance studio. I just feel we don't have to forever, because a lot of people want us to forever
never be that.
Be Naomi and Kiana.
Ask Naomi, Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more.
All right, it's your girl, D Goddess Naomi Banks, and welcome back to Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more. And tonight it's hot topic, and we talking about this Sukihana thing that's going on right now, and and people opinions, and with my my take on it. I'm coming from like I say personally that I can relate to some of the feelings that I saw on there. as well as Dog Pound Mike is sharing. We did open up the lines at 626-605-2756 for you guys to give us a call and definitely let us know what your opinions is of this situation. Right, this situation. Remember, we are here live every Thursday. Um, yeah, but also the replay we on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and all of those streaming networks. Here on YouTube, I want y'all to go right now. I want y'all to go like. Give me some hearts, 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 hearts. Let me know that you like. You love. Share this live right now. So we get somebody, some more folks in here joining this conversation, because what we do is we have authentic, real conversations right here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. And I truly do appreciate you all for sharing your comments and all from there. Not the black hearts, Jeffrey. Not the black hearts.
Fuck the black heart.
Not the black hearts. All right, let's go to the comments, Dog Pound Mike.
Okay. Actually, we had a comment from Charmaine.
All right. She has the right to feel uncomfortable, and it doesn't matter what her profession is. Yes. Yep, totally agree with that. I totally agree with that.
And then we have more.
All right, let me see. There's a difference between a playful no and a no. Sometimes people get confused, but then again, she repeated it enough to make it clear. Yeah. And I can see that. And I'm just being honest, you can see that. I just remember working at this business that I used to work at, this company that I worked at, and I was like the only woman that was in this department, in this area department. And so it was a lot of truck drivers that used to come in, and truck drivers had this language. Did it make me feel uncomfortable? No, because my mouth was just as a truck a trucker mouth. What you call it? Like a trucker mouth. And it's like what they give me, I will give that right back. But that's me. That was comfortable in me in doing that with that. And for her, like when I watched the Candy Coated video with her and A1, and he was very aggressive. And I've met people that are very aggressive like that, because it's like, I don't know if you fanboying, and I don't know, and he might not be, but or maybe he was feeding into her persona and trying to heighten it up, even more. You know what I'm saying? And to heighten it up, type of feel. But she had to play along with it,
right?
Which it's a hard line to do, because even for me being I'm a retired porn star, and it's hard for people to see you just as I don't want to say normal, because I'm not normal, but see you as a person beyond the persona that you have created and built. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, for your persona too. I mean, I guess most of the males in that watch adult videos, that watch porn, that's what they always want to see you as,
right?
And that's what they always image you as well. But I guess from your experience, have you ever been at, say, at a convention or at AVN convention, and somebody, whether it was another performer or male, came on extremely too strong, thinking that way, where this is how you are all the time?
Not really none of the performers. I've been tested from a owner when I first got into the industry. And then I kind of like cut. I really didn't want to work with that company ever. And then when I did work with them, it was only with a Pacific director.
Okay.
But for me, a lot of the performers were very respectful, and we kind of played with each other on things, but we kind of knew not to, kind of go overboard, cross the line with some things. I remember having this encounter with Ron Jeremy. And this was probably early on in my career in the adult industry. And I remember And it's funny to me now looking back on it, and I know he's in prison now for sexually assaulting quite a few girls. Quite a few. The number is outrageous. But I remember us taking a picture, and before I knew it, his tongue was going down my throat. It took me off. It like whoa. But then I was like, is he acting? You know what I'm saying? Is he is he in character of his persona? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me, it was like, and I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. For me, it was like, okay, he acting as in his character as I am as Naomi Banks. Does that make sense? So we playing off of each other on this, not giving him no excuse or whatever he's done is somebody else, but I'm speaking on my experience from having it with him. You understand what I'm saying? But then he kind of knew not to go there with me.
Cross the line.
You know what I'm saying? Cross the line with me. It's kind of, you kind of know who to test and who not to test for me. And I don't know if that's so general. It's like they look at me, I'm tall. Like, hold on. She got an aura. Now I ain't gonna play this with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you look like you whooped my ass.
Oh yeah, that's what I was bred for. Don't every woman in my family, they don't play that.
You know, so we waiting for some questions of call from BGT group, but I got another question from you.
Okay.
Going back to Suki and her video,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so with her songs, and because I haven't listened to them, I can't say I'm so familiar, but from what I've seen online and what you showed me today, does it seem like is that kind of her persona when she out there doing things as well? If a guy talking to her about sex and she has to go back because really that's her business. That's what she's selling. She's selling her music as sex.
Yeah.
So in sex, you have to go back and forth. Like I understand what you just said about Ron. You in character, he's in character. Boom, it happened, and then but don't cross the line.
Right.
So could that situation been like, okay, let me be playful with you. Let me do with you, and she's supposed to play back, or
right. But I understand. Okay, so let me make sure that I understand what you're saying. I think it's bantering back and forth.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when you bantering back and forth with words, but when you cross the line is when you start to put your hands on someone and they're not receptive of that touch or that you understand what I'm saying? So if so because I ain't gonna lie, I will go back and forth and banter with somebody. I will. But as soon as you come and your hand goes somewhere that it ain't supposed to be, I am taking it. And I am twisting and turning it. And I don't care who you are. That is just me. I will choke at somebody.
Understandable.
But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what her circumstances are. We only see things on the outside, And really, if you do you will get labeled, well, she's hard to work with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or, we can't, do this. We just got to be honest with it. We really do. Years ago, there was in the music industry, it was this group of young ladies, and they came out with a whole album of music, and they were talking about how they were sexually assaulted, and where they had to do sexual pleasures to be able to get on a song or whatever like this. I forgot the name of the organization that they had going, but it was like with the Me Too thing, and they was making awareness of what was happening in the industry. And I believe a few months ago, I remember Lotto said in an interview is that it was a well-known producer that told her that she would not be able to get the song unless she had sex with him.
Mm-hmm.
And me being in the music industry for a time, I remember situations of that, not ask of me or my sister, because they was like, them sisters don't play, but from other girls that was in there that was, what it was for. You understand what I'm saying? So, man, that's messed up.
Yeah,
That is. And then you think about it, what's it called? The casting couch.
Casting couch.
The casting couch. And I'm just blessed that I didn't have to fall for any of that. And really the first time that it ever came to approach me of somewhat was in the adult industry when I first got into it. And I remember going back to Jim South, who was my agent at that time. And I said, well, you know what? I don't want to work with him with this company right here. And he said, well, what happened? And I was like, this is what happened. And he was like, I hear you. And he kind of put him on my no list of, companies to work with. And then I met, I shot with one of the guys that was the director over there at his company. But it took me probably about a year or two before I even shot over there with that company. But it was just with that director. I wouldn't shoot with nobody else but that director at that. And they probably said, who was that? I'm not even going to say no names, what company it was. But because of the encounter that we had when I first got into the industry, I thought it was unprofessional. I just didn't, no. And I just, yeah.
Well, let me throw another question out here to you. I mean, back in the day, I worked on music videos and directed. Do you think, and I know the answer, and I think you do too, do you think the casting couch works both ways?
You know what? Let me say something. And it does. And okay, it works quite a few ways. And let's be honest. Some people feel, both men and women, especially women, is that if I'm pretty, whatever, that I'm gonna say this. Because when I was in the industry and I was married, I would not tell anybody that I was married because that would lessen my opportunity to be able to get something. And he was like, for real, Naomi? Yes, because they want you to be accessible. Even though I did not do anything, it's still the point, and I'm just being honest. It's just the point of, okay, I'm going to, when I say I'm a big tease, I wasn't lying. I was, but you ain't getting nothing. But I was a tease to let okay, well, if I give her this, or she, we go out to dinner, all of that. It does play both ways. Yeah. And that ain't no lie, and I'm not taking no. And I know I might get some feedback. People might cut this shit up and put it up with no. Let's be honest. It does go both ways. It does go both ways. Women do use their sex appeal and their beauty to get what they want. They do. And you got some men will take advantage of it as well. And we go to assault. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't and this right here, this gonna be something, and I want y'all to help me out with this. I really do. Can a grown man that's able-bodied, can he get sexually assaulted by a woman? That is my question.
I hope I can. Something. Yes, he can. Yeah. In a situation, if a woman is the boss, and the man the same way is looking for a job, whether it's entertainment business, whether it's a banker, and he's she can be very dominant and be like, if you want this position, if you want this job, these are things you have to do. It works. It goes both ways. It does.
Have you ever been sexually assaulted by a woman?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
That's how it all started for me.
I am so sorry because I'm just over here just like this dude right here. And then I wanted it is so classless for me to ask him to describe it out yesterday. So we are not about to do that.
Oh, you don't want to know? Okay.
No, you know why? Because I've been getting in trouble a lot lately for just being so truthful on stuff. So we're not gonna do that today.
Well, we're gonna have a show called Dog Pound After Dark. And I tell y'all about it.
I mean, I'm laughing right now, but I really wanted to know that as a man, how would y'all feel? And I hear a lot of people say that's so double standard because if it was the other way around, and I really wanted to know, have that ever case? But and you said it right. If it's somebody who is the boss, a woman that is a boss, and that has happened, it can happen in that situation.
And we got a lot more women in very powerful positions, in very powerful bosses. And Deuce just put up the movie with Demi Moore and Michael Douglas. That's, but I believe there are a lot of situations like that where,
right.
where women have that mindset,
That's interesting.
Very.
You know what? You're right. Abuse is power.
Yeah.
And and the thing is that the word victim, that word victim is, it, people make it to where you are not allowed to be a victim of a circumstance that happened to you. Does that make sense? Meaning that if something happened to you and you feel a certain way, that you are not supposed to, you're now hopping on a trend of victim.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just remember, and I'm going to go back into where they were talking about, remember with Meg the Stallion, when she got shot by, what's his name, Tory Lane. And they would not believe, and they said she was victimized, but she slept with them, she had sex with them, all of this stuff. They was sleeping around behind, but that has nothing to do with this man shooting her. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like they're victim shaming her. They bring it out all of her things of with her sleeping with this person A, B, C, and D. But does that take away him shooting her?
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So in that process of that, it's just crazy how this world thinks.
It is. It is. And some of you brought up that word victim, and I see Drayson comment here is and this is what I was thinking before we even got it. Yes, a man can be sexually assaulted by a woman. Will he be able to express it without being judged? And that is because the thing is, if a man comes out and says this woman, and if he being judged by men, men will be like, well, she can't physically. Some people say women can't physically put you down, because I guess if we look at sexual assault and we look at rape with a man to a woman, we look at force sometimes.
Yeah.
And the opposite way, they might not look at force, because they say, how can she force you? But like Mark said before, abuse of power. If she has the power over you, she can. But I guess in this society, we'll look at men just, well, you could physically done something to her, and then you might be in a whole nother cup of water,
right?
If you do that.
You know what? And it was something when you were just speaking and talking, and something just came up. It's this young lady, this that she kind of like dates celebrities and kind of exposes them. I forgot her name, but in a lot of times she just be lying, on people, on them, and it's unfortunate because situations that really happen to sexual assault to real people, to real females, that's happened, and and that's where it makes everything desensitized.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? For everyone. And somebody has said about that's how it's with gangster rap, that they are tested. And my thing is, what is in your mind to make you think that you have the right to go and test somebody because of the stories that they tell in their artistry? That's like a poet or a writer that's writing a story that they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So what would make you think, okay, let me go see if that story, that rap that he just did or she just did, let me see if they really about that.
Exactly.
So let me go out there and test him and shoot him or jump him or bring, or whatever. Like, man.
And it's getting to that point, especially on the rap side, that these guys are out here, some of them getting killed and getting murdered because they talk about the street life and how gangster they are. And they do get challenged by guys who really out there on the street. I remember a lot of that back in Chicago. You know, well, you couldn't talk about it if you wasn't about it. Yeah. Let us know they done canceled a whole lot of concerts in Chicago.
Wow. All right, y'all. We're going to take a break and then we're going to come back and then we're going to finish this off. All right, it's your girl D Goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. We'll be right back.
Here, I'm going to do this. And then I was carrying my camera around, like people were telling me no. And then the thing that I came up with was like, I'm going to try to figure out like how people cannot say no. Like when I ask them, I have to create a reason for them to say yes. And that was just basically my motivation. So what I did was just like, I just humbled myself.
Of Ask Naomi, Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationship, culture. It is Ask Naomi letter time. This is where my viewers will write in to me and I will give them my advice. And I will open up for you listeners too, if you guys have any advice on this one. But this is a really good one. He said, I'm a big fan of your work and blog. I was wondering if it's possible to get out of the friend zone with someone you might be interested in. He said, keep up the good work. If you're ever in New York after the pandemic is over, I would love the opportunity to meet you. And we just going to say Jay from NYC. That's what we're going to say.
If you got any love, sex, or relationship advice that you need, you can email us at info@asknaomi.com. Also, if you like this video, like, subscribe, share, comment, all of those good things. I want you to keep it sensitive.
Ask Naomi, Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more.
All right, it's your girl, D Goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi, Bridging the Gap podcast, and welcome back. What's going on, Dog Pound Mike?
All good, all good.
All right, this was a really great conversation, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
All right, so what I want to do right now is I want to just touch a little bit on Miss Anita Baker. That's one of your favorite artists, isn't it?
That's my girl, for real.
That's your girl, right?
On that Rapture album, I didn't have to miss a song.
You ain't missed a song. What was your favorite song?
No One in This World.
Oh, okay.
Let me sing it for you.
Oh, yeah. Please serenade us right now. Serenade us right now.
I don't want her to diss me for singing her song.
Well, about a couple of weeks ago, Mr. Babyface, I love him. He is a phenomenal producer, songwriter, artist. He's out there, doing his thing. And he was doing a tour. He was touring with Anita Baker as Anita Baker was the headliner. And I guess he was the opening act. And at one of the shows, he was told that he wasn't able to perform because his show was going too long or something like that. So Miss Anita Baker team told him like, no, not at this city, but probably at the next city you could go on. So a lot of the people that, went to see, he made an announcement, said, I'm sorry, my fans, but I will not be performing. I'll not be performing tonight because, can I say this? I think he was a little messy in there, do a little shaded, just a little bit. You know how you got those nice people, that real nicey. I think that's Babyface. I think he is a really sweet person, but he has this little, this little petty thing. I think. Maybe. I think because now when he did that, then his fans came at Miss Anita Baker with full force, like saying that she was a diva, but saying that they heard a lot of things about her, that she was hard to work with, and all that other stuff. Like, look, I don't know, but once she got wind of that, and people were bullying, and when I say these fans can be bullies, yes. They are. And they were bullying her. So she was asking, she went on there and she was trying to go back and forth with, some of the fans. And she actually called out, tagged and at Mr. Babyface, like, get your fans. You know, they trolling me, they doing this, and he never spoke up. He didn't say anything. And so she kicked him off the tour.
Wow.
But guess what he did? He made an announcement and said, unfortunately, due to circumstances on social media, I have been removed from the tour. But I think Anita Baker is such a phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That was some nicety. That was some nicety, you know, move. So you say it when you get kicked out, but when she said, okay, come on and just, you know, and I'm gonna come back because I know what some of y'all saying. And he went and said that. But I know a lot of people were saying, well, he can't control his fans. This grown man can't control other grown people. But you know what? When you have influence, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You can influence people to
yes, you can.
to act with some empathy and compassion for somebody. You can. You can go and make. He could have did that just as well. He came and said, "Oh, they said I can't do such and such and such." So it's like he lit that fire. And then that fire with, and then he just sat and watched it. And then he came on when he got kicked off and was like, "Well, unfortunately, you know, like he was watching it happen." Now I don't know. I'm just saying, but you know what I'm saying?
You know, I hear you. I know what you're saying. You know something that just triggers something in my head when you're talking about. I mean, especially now with social media, especially now with with Facebook, with Instagram, and you have followers. It needs to be a situation. Maybe we need to do a show on your responsibility of your followers.
Yeah,
because you have more than you probably had before with this new social, with these things. So it's almost like, do you have that responsibility? Because some of them, you know, we know situations. Some of them do some crazy things.
Right.
Followers do crazy things for the people that they follow.
Right.
So yeah, he could have at least said something, and his followers probably would slacked up some because bullying is bullying. You know.
Yeah, it is. You know, and it's unfortunate because I've watched Babyface in concert. You know, I was following around, you know, New Edition for a little while, me and my girls. You know, we got a little fan thing going on. And he was one of the opening acts for their show. And, you know, his catalog is amazing. There's some songs that you know, that we didn't know that I didn't know that he had written. And I was like, wow, like at one time I was like, well, hey, sing this song. But then him as a writer, he's able to, you know, he owns those songs. So he's able to sing them all, you know. But somebody did say that he need to just do a whole concert with everybody who he wrote, you know, a whole tour with everybody who he wrote for. Man, that'll be an awesome tour. That will be a phenomenal, you know, type of tour to see all of those artists singing the songs that he has written, you know, and close it out with him in the deal. See?
Look at you over there promoting.
See? Yeah, see? All right, I want to go to this Grace and Harmony Consulting. Hey, this is your first time here. She said, yeah, I got some people trolling me and blocking me from your podcast at times and forcing deleted messages. Are you trolling me? So what are they saying? What are they saying to you?
Wow. And they forcing her to delete messages. Wow. Whoa.
Oh, this Yoshi. What are they saying?
Yeah, we gotta get to
Yeah,
it.
you know what? And I think I talked about this. Was it the last show or the show before last? And I think I left comments and stuff up there from with the what's the name that was that was said. But and that's one thing, they can say whatever they can to me because I don't take it personal. But what I don't like is when they do come for, fans or people that are understanding of someone. You understand what I'm saying? And they calling them all out their names and stuff like that.
They say that's what they saying to her.
They're gonna block you from where? Who from where? They're gonna block you from their page or from this page?
Right.
Because the only person who can block you is me. And if I blocked you, or if I said that to you, then you must have said something that offended me. But if this is Yoshi, I blocked you. Girl, I ain't block you. No, but I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure this out. What this is.
And even if that is Yoshi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You said just for some typos. I don't know what that is, honey. I really don't. I don't know what that is. Just use the fofo. No, I'm so serious. I don't know.
It's crazy out there. Yes, it is. It's crazy. Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, all right. All right, so I'm getting us to wrap it up. All right, guys, I want to thank y'all for continuing to come and supporting here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. My BTG crew, I thank you all for coming out. I see you all. I had a few of my aunties come in here.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them say, hey. Red, Charmaine, Miss Melissa. I had Spider Moose. I saw my big bro, super lover, Mr. Mask Man, Mark, Drayson. I'm just trying to get all of y'all some shout out. Hold on for a second. I thought I saw Miss Jules in the house in the space. Did I say Jeffrey?
Yep. No, you said Jeffrey. Jeffrey was here.
Jeffrey, Figure Bounty. Hey. I said Mark right.
Mm-hmm.
Albert, I want to thank everybody for coming out. But remember, tell a friend to come over here and ask Naomi. Like, seriously, we had some really great conversations over here. They are authentic. And when I'm speaking of authentic conversations, we have some really, really great merch. Authentic conversations that is down there below. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. Hopefully next month we will be back with Ask Naomi letters. I'm going to definitely try to make time to answer those emails, but I'm working on a course right now that I'm going to be sharing with you within the next few weeks. So I have been very diligent working on some things, and I'm excited to share with all of you as well as with the world, because as I always say, it's all about us learning to heal within ourselves, but also to live in our purpose, and that's to serve one another, to show compassion and empathy for each other. You know what I'm saying? As we are healing, maybe through our experience, we can help someone else heal. People ask me, Naomi, why you always talking and why you always transparent, or why you always telling your business? I'm not telling you my full business. What I'm telling you is my journey on how I got to where I'm at now. I'm at a point in life right now where I'm not looking for any validation from anybody. The validation comes within me, for me. It's about me creating a life that I know that I don't want a vacation from, that I'm being free from financial and not financial response, but financial freedom, that I can get up and do what I love the most. And what I love the most is helping people, talking to people, helping them to learn how to heal themselves, helping them to learn how to tap into the God within them. Because the thing is God is energy, and God is all around us. God is within us, but we don't know that. So now my thing is to be one of the people to help you to find that's within you. And let me tell you something. People say, how can you say that? Because that's why I can. Because I went through that, and I understand why I went through that, because my audience is my audience. My people are my people. The thing is, everybody can't go into church and get that same message from somebody, because they're not going to relate to it. They're not going to relate to it. But people can relate to me. And then actually some people can't relate to me. But there are some, and that's all that that's all that I care about. That's why I truly appreciate every single one of you all that come on here and you share your opinions. You know, you are my third co-host. Is myself, Dog Pound Mike, and then it's the BTG crew. And I love you all for it. Seriously, I do, every single one of you all. I'm on vacation next week, but I want you all to be happy. I won't be on social media in the real time. I'll be enjoying my family. But what I want to do is tell you all, live life. If you're feeling down at this moment, at this time right now, know that it is a better way. It is. It's a better way. And when you look in that mirror, just say, it's going to get better. What am I learning from this situation that I'm going through? And go through that situation and look. And I know this might sound crazy. Make notes, okay? Literally make notes. Make notes, because I'm telling you, it is light at the end of it. You're going to get out of there. You're going to get through there. Seriously. As I continue to send love, light, and prayers to you all, I ask you all to be good to one another and yourselves. And always keep it sexy. Don't forget to like, share, comment. And if you ain't subscribed, subscribe. And buy that merch. Buy that merch. Because this is what helps keep this thing going. All right? Always keep it sexy.
Hey, it's the goddess Naomi Banks. And I hope you enjoyed that last episode of Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. And if you did, please like, subscribe, press that notification button, as well as comment. I'll see you next week. Keep it sexy.
Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationships, cultural differences, and so much more.